You must check out that YouTuber's video. He explains how the media twists things, and they put words in our mouth. They're plugging in a 5 amp charger to a 2 amp extension cord. Do the math. 5, 2, no bueno. Fuego. To this day, I haven't gotten a response. They don't give a shit. They don't. But it's up to us to make them give a shit. Good evening, Ampheads. You already know who this is. Richie Ramos from the Uncle Richie Show via Frantic TV. I want to start out this evening by saying thank you for the release of my latest video. All the comments, over 40, most of them positive. I want to clarify something. My accident was really nothing compared to Mr. E's and a gentleman by the name of Joe Super 73. He showed me some pictures of his accident that he had February 28. He got rods and bolts from the bottom of his foot to the top of his hip. That's an accident. What happened to E, that's an accident. Me, my bike slipped off the curb and I fell. Thank God my injuries are bruises, sprained hand, neck pain. But it was just a little fall. But the reaction that I got from everybody was overwhelming. That's why I choked up in yesterday's video. But thank you. But accidents like Felix's, Johnny's, Joe, Lucky, if you want to take it back, ended up in the hospital. Those accidents are the ones that I refer to. Mine was just a slip, mishap. But I want to say thank you. Thank you for the overwhelming response. I'm trying to cover a little bit of everything. Kevin from Jersey, upholstery. It was my pleasure to take out time and speak to you and your wife in the expo. So don't ever say that you're sorry that you took up my time, or because nothing could be further from the truth. It was my pleasure to talk to you. This community is all about meeting new people and making new friends, and you're my new friend, you and your wife. It was my pleasure to take out the time and speak to you, and I thank you for being a follower and watching my videos. I say it time and time again, and Felix gets mad when I say it, but I'm not a professional YouTuber. I say things the way it comes out of my mouth, and I stand in front of a camera, so sit in front of a camera, and that's it. No fancy music, no fancy gimmicks, no thumbnails, no none of that. Raw, I say things raw. Some people like it, and some people don't. Can't make everybody happy. Touching on, how could I say this? I don't want to offend nobody. Like earlier, yesterday's video, I said that we don't stop to eat and all this stuff. We stop to eat eventually. Yeah, we do a group ride, and in the end of the group ride, we got to get something to eat, right? We're starving. What I was referring to was that before, when I first started this, 2-3 years ago, we stopped at a major place. Not a major place, McDonald's, or like what I used to do with Longhorn, or, Sizzlers or IHOP or whatever, Kentucky Fried Chicken, whatever. We always stopped and ate together while we charged. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not attacking any particular crew. We all got to eat, right? So lately we've been riding, and being that we got 72 volts and 50 amp hours and above, we're flying through this stuff, and we're not even stopping to eat like together. We wait till the end of the ride. Okay, where we're gonna eat? Oh, okay, this place is here, that place is there. 3 blocks down over here. What I was referring to was an assigned place included in the route. midway. Not at the end of the ride, not at the beginning, midway. We do 15 miles normally, and we stop, we eat, and we charge. Those that need to charge. At the same time, we talk shop. We check out each other's bikes. We pick up pointers, and so forth. After we eat and we charge, we do the second part of the ride. That's what I was referring to. I'm not attacking any particular crew. And at the end of the day, who am I? You know, I'm just an old man expressing my own opinion. You like it, and if you don't, I don't care. So, with that being said, changing the subject for a second, I was just watching a video. The gentleman's name is Mike Fede, Fede. And the video that I'm referring to is e-bike license laws are coming in 2024. You must check out that YouTuber's video. He explains how the media twists things, and they put words in our mouth. What they want us to believe is not the truth. And on top of that, the registration and insurance that's coming in January 2024. So we're going to be forced to, I don't know how they're going to do this, but we're going to be forced to register and insure our bikes. Now, Mr. Mike explains that if you have a high-end bike, meaning you got $8, $9, $10, $15,000 in it, you should have some kind of insurance to protect yourself. In this day and age, the police is not policing, thanks to our ex-mayor. They took out stop and frisk. They took out anti-crime. They took the power away from the police. But I'm going to tell you, this is my own opinion. I'd rather be racially profiled, stop and frisk. If you don't got nothing to hide, here, check me, whatever, and go about your business after 3-4 minutes, than to come across some derelict that's carrying a gun or a knife, and after you give this punk your personal belongings, money, whatever, your bike, they still shoot you. They still kill you because they don't want to leave a witness behind. So I'd rather get stop and frisks. I've been racially profiled 3 times in my life. I didn't like it, but I'd rather go through that and make sure that they do it to everybody else, and feel a little safer walking down the street that they're doing that, and they can catch the majority of individuals that are packing heat. That's just my opinion. You could agree with me, not agree with me. That's a beautiful thing of the United States of America, freedom of speech. So I prefer to do that. So now that we're not being protected by the police, we got to take care of each other. We got to ride safer, ride in groups. Don't ever ride alone. And so this Mike's Fede, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right now. I apologize if I am. But it's spelled Fede. The video already has over 4,000 views. It was launched 11 days ago. I'm looking at the TV because I was watching it again. And it's called E-Bike License Laws Are Coming in 2024. You must check out that video so you could be up on current affairs. I mentioned a while back that I wanted to talk to Mike and the other leaders of the other crews to form a ride to go down to City Hall and be heard by someone and educate these people that not all e-bikes are the same. These fires that are going on, over 140 to date, over 20 deaths. The most recent one that everybody talks about is that Chinatown fire that killed those innocent people above the bike shop. I want to explain to the mayor, to whoever wants to listen, a congressman, an assemblyman, a borough president, that we are not those people. You know, we are not riding these cheap bikes. It's not even the bike, it's the cheap batteries they're buying Alibaba for $100. And to be honest with you, it's not even that. You know, they're buying these bikes, they're not educated on how to charge them. So they buy this $500 to $1,000 bike. They go home, they go to the 99-cent store and get 3 extension cords because they gotta have enough length to go from their home, their apartment, to outside the hallway of the building because it doesn't fit in their house, or wifey doesn't want to let it in the house, whatever the case may be. And they're plugging in a 5 amp charger to a 2 amp extension cord. Do the math. 5, 2, no bueno. Fuego. So, so 8 out of 10 fires of these e-bikes is started by the extension cord that then leads to the bike, that leads to the battery, and boom, 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 and you know the rest. The news doesn't report that. The news, the reporter, they don't know shit about e-bikes. I tried to reach out to News 12. I told them that I would dedicate some time and go to their studios and educate them. To this day, I haven't gotten a response. They don't give a shit. They don't. But it's up to us to make them give a shit. And it's people like Mike Reed and that. I mean, you got to watch that video. That's all I got to say. Watch Mike Fede, Fede. You got to watch that video. I don't know. I mentioned let's do this ride and let's go down there, and not one person got back to me. Like, you don't give a fuck. I don't understand. You're not gonna give a fuck until January 2024 comes around, after New Year's Day, and they start taking your shit because it's not registered and insured. I asked myself, what about these cars with these ghost plates, paper plates? You know, they're not doing a good job with that. So how they expect to monitor us and stop us? And some of you might say, yo, fuck that. They're going to have to catch me. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to ride like that. Each corner you go to, it could be a corner where they're waiting for you and they take your shit. Then 5,000, 10,000 down the drain. It's not worth it. So we got to be heard. We got to form this ride the way we did the mega ride. Let's all get together, all the crews in the 5 boroughs. Let's get together and shut shit down on City Hall to be heard. And I mean, not a violent protest. A nice, subtle. We go there, we park our bikes, we come up to the front, and we ask who can we speak to. The mayor has an assistant. Let me speak to the assistants. We want to be heard. We want to educate you guys. In our community, we have cops, bus drivers, EMS, construction workers, you name it. Every city agency is involved in our groups. In other words, we have a lot of professionals. Does that make us a thug? Does that make us liable for or to cause injury and stuff? I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been up since 4 a.m. But yeah, we got to take a stand and we got to do something, because if we don't, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. And at the end of the day, to me, this is a thing. Some politician is going to line his pocket with money. Our money. You know? They don't give a shit if the bike is insured or not. They don't give a shit with the people with the ghost plates on their cars. They're getting into accidents. They're taking off because they don't have to worry about it, because if someone takes a picture of the paper plate, it's not going to go back to nobody. And I see this every day driving my bus up and down the Bronx. Every other car is a paper plate. They're doing wild shit. U-turns, going through red lights right in front of the cops, driving against traffic. And that's all the stuff that we got to deal as an e-biker. You can't even ride in a bicycle path. Half the time, these other e-bikers with the cheap bikes are coming against traffic. They're going through lights, or we going across when we have the lights. So it's actually more dangerous going through a bike path. I prefer to stay in the middle behind a car than going to use a bike path. To me, it's safer. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say tonight. I can't stress this enough. Watch that video. I'm going to say it one more time. Mike Fede, Fede. E-bike license laws are coming in 2024. We need to get educated. We need to be up on the front lines, up on current affairs. Because we sleep on it, the next thing you know, they're going to take our bikes away. And you want to be a rebel and take a chance and not have insurance and registration, then by all means, go ahead. But don't come crying saying, oh, they took my bike. They took my bike. You might get away once, you might get away twice, but eventually you get busted. It's inevitable. So, again, thank you for the outpours and stuff. I mean, I kind of feel bad because I really didn't get hurt like Johnny or this Mr. Joe Super 73 that reached out to me today. Or people like Lucky or Felix. My bike's just minor handlebar, pedal crank, handbrake levels, little minor shit. So I really, considering everybody else, my shit was just a little slip in the rain. But thank you anyway for being so concerned and all the well wishes. But you can stop now. My phone doesn't stop blowing up and I gotta get to bed. But I appreciate it. Okay, that's it. I think this video's gone long enough. I said what I had to say. And, the amount of people that have been reaching out to me, they're willing to join my future crew next year. Thank you. But don't be so jump the gun that you want to join. Some little off the bat, it's going to be application involving your name, address, emergency contact, even blood type. Yes, even blood type. Because in case of an accident that you need blood, the first thing the EMT or paramedics will ask, do you know that this gentleman's blood type? And that way they can give you the right blood that you need in case you need a transfusion or whatever. And then in the same application, a picture of your bike. There will be an entry fee. I don't know, like $40, then $20 a month dues. There will be a probation period. So those things along the lines. When I'm finished with it, during the off season, and when I'm ready to present it, I'll let you know. It will be on my Uncle Richie Show. And then, after all that, if you choose that you want to be part of my crew, then, I'll let you know what the steps to take in order to make that happen. It's not to take away from any other crew. I love S3, She-Wolf, Gotham, NYC, East Coast Scooters. I love Bronx Voltage. Everybody runs their crew how they see fit. And I have my own ideas how I want to run my crew. And it's not for everybody, So to me, I don't care if I have 5 people in my crew or 10. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to ride my way. Because at the end of the day, I'm an old man. And part of the requirements for my crew is you're going to have to wear protective gear. So there's a lot of little things that I got to fan through and work out the particulars. But once I'm done, you'll be the first to know. And after you read and see the requirements, if you choose to do so to join, I'll be more than happy to accept. Everybody's welcome. And that's it. So with that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet and your gear. That's my new thing now. And never leave no one behind. Okay, that's very important. We all in this together. We're all a family. So take care, have a good night, and thank you for everything. You already know who this is. Uncle Richie saying goodbye.